What are the things that people are coming to you going, I want to buy a business? What are those things they're looking for?
So everyone likes to see a profit. That's really important. They like to see systems and processes in place so they can be, manuals. This is how you do things, easily transferable to a new owner. Businesses where the owner doesn't have to be there every day.
Right.
So, key staff in place. The owner can take a 3-week holiday, but they don't have to physically be present in the business every day.
Welcome back to Digital Dividends, Katrina. Wonderful to have you back. We covered a wonderful first episode talking about your career arc and your skills and how you've applied that into some wonderful restaurants and your food journey. But you're a business broker, and today I would like to use this second episode with you to talk about what it takes to sell a business. I mean, a lot of our listeners are business owners, and I'd love you to take me through the steps of selling a business. What are the things I need to have together?
Collect all the information as much as possible. So we'll be collecting information on their profit and loss, what their lease situation is, if they have a lease. They might have vehicles, so we need to know how many vehicles, equipment, is the equipment owned, is it hired, how many staff they have, what kind of contracts the staff are under. Is there anything that we need to think about transferring as far as the ownership of the website or the social media, Facebook, Instagram. So there's quite a bit to check off with businesses to make sure that all that, can happen on the day of settlement.
And do they turn up with any of that in order, or is it the proverbial shoebox of receipts to the accountant?
We send them a list of this is what we're going to need. So I've just listed a place on the Gold Coast, and beautiful, it's quite new, beautiful fit out. It's a bakery. And it's a bit of a forced sale, but it's got the most incredible equipment in two venues. And that's going to be a big part of the sale. So
what's an example of a forced sale, without giving too much away, but what are some of the things that become forced sale for people?
Well, these people are from overseas and they've got family who are sick and they want to go back. They're only a young couple. And they've spent a lot of money fitting out this two venues, beautiful equipment.
They went in with a long-term view, right?
Exactly.
They were thinking, we're going to be here for some time. This is going to be a pillar for our family. And now short sticks, got to...
And, it hasn't reached a profit yet. It's early days, so it's growing. The turnover is growing every year quite substantially, but they still haven't got their staffing levels right and all that kind of thing. So what I'm going to be focusing on is someone is going to come in with an absolutely beautiful setup business and take over and keep growing it and start to sort of turn a profit. And but the equipment's going to be very important. So I've asked them to photos of everything, price that they paid for it, what the warranties are, because this is going to be a big part of what they're selling.
So to make that look more appealing, it's the assets, sure, it'll be lease agreements, it'll be contract agreements with the employees, some of the IT and tech and infrastructure, all locked down, transferable, clean and ready for someone else to take over.
Right. And every business is different, so it might have different things that you need to worry about.
What's an example? So say professional services versus a bakery. What's the difference there you might see?
Oh, big difference. I mean, that's all client-based is professional services. So you're really looking at their books. They might also have recurring revenue. Some businesses have trails, the finance brokers and things.
Trailing commissions.
Yes, that's right. But it varies enormously from business to business.
Are they always transferable? Like, do those trailer commissions sometimes stay with the first party? So for finance brokers, insurance brokers, a lot of the brokers are doing that, aren't they?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So when businesses are growing, what are some of the triggers you see business owners having that say, time to get out, and what would people be anticipating as to the triggers to look to sell?
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of people like me that were maybe just not quite ready for retirement, but actually feeling like they're wanting to do something different. So I've got a picture framing business at the moment. She's had an amazing picture framing business, 24 years, and very high-end clients, beautiful work. She's really good at it. But she feels that she wants to do something else. And
24 years is a good stretch.
I think there's a lot of people like that.
There's a lot of people. And I think Mark's not alone in getting over it once the shiny bit's set up. I mean, you ask my team, I love registering domains. I just love it. They're so full of promise. And oh my God, this brand is going to be global, you know. And it'll probably be in the bucket of the 200 that we've done nothing with. But so preparing a business for sale. So you've been the business owner. You've successfully gotten out of some, more or less successfully. And now you're helping other people do it. What would be the things that make a business easy to sell? What are the things that people are coming to you going, I want to buy a business, does it have these things? What are those things they're looking for?
Okay, so profit. People like seeing that it makes money. They like seeing that there's good systems in place so that it can be easily transferred to a new owner, and they're not having to have the old owner there for 6 months to show.
Even what you went through as Mark, right? So this whole, oh my gosh, where's the password for the thing that we need to run this place?
So all those things need to be, easily enough to transfer. So everyone likes to see a profit. That's really important. They like to see systems and processes in place so they can be, manuals. This is how you do things, easily transferable to a new owner. They like businesses where the owner doesn't have to be there every day.
Right.
So, key staff in place. The owner can take a 3-week holiday. They can just check up on stuff, but they don't have to physically be present in the business every day. They don't want to see too few customers. So it's customer-centric. And the same with suppliers. They don't want to get all their goods that they're importing from one supplier in China. They want to see diversification. It's all essentially the level of risk that people are thinking about when they're buying a business. And that's sort of a measurable.
If I were to come from my world of marketing, would marketing sit in the systems bucket there? Because we know that EBITDA or the profitability of the company is our base number, but the multiplier we get comes off the strength of the systems. Is marketing one of those systems, the ability to get new customers coming in reliably?
I think it is. To be honest with you, I think a business that is underutilising marketing is almost more favourable because people can see that there's a gap that they can improve on. So if people are hardly spending anything on marketing. So I sold a little while ago, a charcoal wholesale.
Yes, I remember this.
Yeah, so they were an older couple. In fact, they started it as a retirement job and it just took off. So they had about a 1.5 million turnover. It was just them and their grandson running the business. But the guy that's bought it, the first thing he did was change up the website, change the logo, started ordering online. He had that. He could see that this was a gap. Do stuff on a website or, they just didn't.
Isn't there a great arbitrage here, though, for, 30-somethings, 20-something-year-olds who want to go and buy these businesses? We have this grey tsunami coming, right? These average business owners are just over 60 now. They want to get out, and I talk to them every day as well. They actually can't give two shits for all this digital stuff. Can you just make it go away?
Yeah, they haven't done it for years, and they're like, I haven't needed to do it for 20 years. I'm not going to start doing it now. And some people often say, I'm going to leave it for the next person.
Great opportunity to buy. Cody Sanchez talks about that a lot. Do you know Cody Sanchez? Millionaire Next Door, American entrepreneur advisor. Excellent source of information on this. Tell me about your advice for an owner. I want to talk about advice for owners 5 years out versus an owner 3 months out of hoping to sell. So someone who's planning a sale, even 3 years out, planning a sale versus an event just happened in my life and I need to sell quickly. Just give me some contrast between those two scenarios.
Yeah, well, if someone plans it properly and they're working it hard and they're still promoting the business and pushing it and growing it, then they'll get a much better price. Someone's got to buy a thriving business, it's good profit, so they'll get more money out. Those that are taking cash out, so we can't sell a business that's half the profits in cash, can't measure that, or they're starting to give up.
So the books are in order, I'm planning the timing of my exit. I might actually choose what part of the year or time of the year I sell, so it's even more vibrant.
It's really like, it can take a while for the right person to come along and buy the business. So just be patient and also just keep working it as best as you can.
And if you had to distill all of your experience building businesses, exiting businesses, and now helping others do the same, what would be your overriding core tenet that business owners should have in mind to maximize their return from their business journey?
Put their systems in place. Make sure they can take a holiday and someone can go, yep, I could buy that business. I don't need that person there. I could do that.
Thank you so much, Katrina, for your advice today and for joining us on Digital Dividends. And I really hope that some of the folks who have heard have taken some gems out of that, and maybe they'll reach out when they need a hand.
Thanks, Mark.